Good golly, I don't even know what I could say to start this video. So one of the final high rank trainers that we need to battle in Pokemon Legends ZA is Jacinth? I think this is a French word, so maybe it's like Jacinth or something like that. I have no idea. Correct my pronunciation, please. But anyway, everybody has been waiting for me to meet her, and oh my gosh, I've got a lot to say. So as she is the head of the Society of Battle Connoisseurs, obviously the battle is going to be taking place in a very fancy location. That being the Hotel Richissimi. Oh gosh, my pronunciation is going to be crazy this episode. Regardless, that means we're going to have to get dripped out in order to fit in. And after defeating this one trainer in a quick battle, we're given some fancy clothing completely for free. Not exactly what I would have chosen, but you know, for the sake of the story, I'm going to stick with it. So arriving at the hotel, we're met by Lebanne, a servant of Jacinth, and I really do like her design as well, but there are some fun details that we'll have to talk about later. For now, we head upstairs and Jacinth reveals herself, also actually revealing that Leon was here not too long ago. And why didn't you tell me he was here? I could have defeated him cross-generationally. Anyway, it turns out that actually every important character that we battled up until this point is here, and that makes sense because they're all other high-ranked trainers, and there's going to be a very high-profile tournament here. So yeah, I am totally ready. That sounds like a great idea. That is until we get a call from Vinny and find out that there are even more rogue mega evolutions. Like, come on dude, I was just getting into it. Yeah, okay, fine, I guess I'll go save the city. Even though Lebanne protests and lets a little bit of her secret slip out, we head on back to Hotel Z and have a strategy meeting, which, you know, I don't talk about these all too often. They are really fun character moments and are a great way of briefing you before getting into the big battles against the rogue mega evolutions. But this time Team MZ actually has an unexpected member. That's right, Jacinth has followed us here, and that is totally not creepy at all. I mean, sure, she allowed us to leave the tournament because, you know, this is going to be something important, but I guess she is really fascinated with the player character to the point that she would follow us here. Yeah, I get that it's a public hotel, but who told you we would be here? That's totally not creepy at all. So on to the rogue mega Pokemon, and it is business as usual. Though one of the Pokemon we battle is actually a Frostlass, and yeah, that means Frostlass gets a Mega Evolution. And I really do like this design. It's a lot more anthropomorphized, so it looks a lot more like a Yukiona. I wonder if that guy in Legends Arceus who married a Frostlass knew about the Mega Evolution. Anyway, during this section, after we defeat any rogue Mega Evolution, we're joined by Jacinth in the form of a Holocast. I think it's a really cool idea how her Holocast is actually pink because, you know, that's a fun little detail. But oh my gosh, just the way that she's creeping up and following me and watching every move I'm making, all because she's really fascinated with me and wants to have a battle. Like, this is exactly how people think Nemona was in Scarlet and Violet. She was only following you because of game mechanics. Meanwhile, Jacinth is an actual stalker. Great job, really putting the freak in Game Freak. But yeah, this continues going on, and I think it is a really fun way to not exactly endear you to her character unless you like that sort of thing, but more so to show you her dedication, and just how she has really no perception of boundaries and uses her power and money to get whatever she wants. Like, she straight up has her own wild zone, as she calls it, a Jacinth zone, and she sets it up around Hotel Z and traps us there until we agree to go join. Like, dude, I was on my way there. Don't go, come back, let me out. This is where we get a battle against some of those other Grunt SPC members, as well as Lebanne, who you're not gonna hear all my outtakes for this video, but I keep accidentally saying LeBron. She excuses the other members, and this is when she can finally let loose. Because yeah, even though she is a servant and dresses like it, in reality she is a very rough and tumble, I don't know what you would call her, like aggressive punk type trainer, a dragon type user, and I love how those elements are still kind of in her design. Things like the headband resembling horns and her braid resembling a tail. Oh, and of course her apron is also flared out as well. Very subtle things that give her the same type of feeling as other dragon type trainers, but still have her in this type of outfit. And also I just really love the concept of these characters who are like associated with the other character that we need to defeat in battle. They have some really interesting relationships and are really fun characters on their own. So her ace Pokemon ends up being a Dragalge that Mega evolves into Mega Dragalge. And I think this design is cool. It does resemble Sea Dragons even more so, and being for a really cool Pokemon with a very rare typing is a fun idea as well. On top of that, yes, it is a Poison Dragon type, which I think fits Lebanne very well, and has some interesting implications for her dynamic with Jacinth, who is a Fairy type trainer. But defeating her in battle, we get a little more of her backstory, and it is even crazier than I would have thought. So she used to be a fighter, and obviously being a Dragon type trainer, eventually battled against Jacinth. And yes, it was a total wash to the point that now she is her servant, being forced to dress like this and act all fancy. So yeah, very crazy concept, based on what we know about Jacinth already, yeah, this makes total sense, I believe it. But yeah, that was a really fun battle and interaction. I wouldn't say she's one of my favorite characters, but I really do like how we went from her introduction to where we are now. Just completely out of left field, but I welcome it. But now we can finally return to the hotel, and this time I'm gonna dress how I want to. Turns out that everybody is still here because they were also held captive by a Jacinth zone, and boy, hearing that I really got off easy. But the tournament can begin, and as you would expect, we are going to be rebattling all of the important trainers. Nothing really new happens here, of course they all get beaten again, or at least they should, but I've stated before in previous videos that I think it is a fun idea we get to see these characters coming back in basically every quest, because they do still live in the city and they are still battling and obviously want to rematch you after you defeated them the first time, so it seems like they're finding basically any excuse to do just that. Though before we can get to the final round, Zygarde shows up. Man, who let him inside here? And even worse, who let the other guy inside here? That's right, L is back, and now we get everybody kind of realizing him and saying like, hey wait, I know you, you're the guy, you're Lysander, who informs us that Zygarde wants to battle yet again in order to continue proving ourselves. So sure, yeah, no problem, I just gotta beat one little dog before the boss that I came here to battle, and I've been waiting to battle the whole time. Should be easy. Hey, wait, no, get those cells. No, put those cells back. You can't do that. You can't cheat like that. Hang on. I accepted a battle against the dog, not the snake. No. So yeah, it's a very interesting battle. I think it's a really funny idea too, for Zygarde to show up in front of a bunch of people and reveal the 50% form just like that. But really weird during this, it doesn't move a whole lot, so you can just kind of run around it and blast it with whatever fairy move you have. So a pretty easy battle for now. I guess I was worried for nothing. That's when Elle and Zygarde head off and say, alright, cool, we'll catch you later. We gotta get more cells. Like, man, this guy is so unserious. He tried to kill a bunch of people a few years ago, and now he's just hanging out with a green dog. Anyway, the time is finally here. We get to battle Jacinthe, and she is just excited as I am, if not more. And boy, her battle theme is really popping off. That's the one thing that I'll say was spoiled for me before actually getting here, because everybody just had to talk about it. I mean, it fits perfectly. Finally, we get some electro swing in Pokemon. It really does fit the whole like futuristic city with a classic feeling, and Jacinthe, who is really refined but also very eccentric. I'm really going to be listening to this for a while. And her Mega Evolution ends up being Mega Clefable, which is crazy too. Like, this thing's wings just get huge. Now really truly fully embracing the Fairy type. Yeah, I know it was a Fairy type before, but it was one of those ones that was given it after being a normal type for so long. And I guess it had fit with the pink color and the tiny wings before, but now it literally is just a butterfly. And this thing is crazy. Who gave it Mystic Fire? So that was an arduous battle, but look at that, we are finally at rank B. I really did like the storyline and the two new characters. It felt very wacky and out there, but totally appropriate for Pokemon. Just the way that I was immediately put off or suspicious of the Society of Battle Connoisseurs from the very beginning, and then seeing who their leader was made a lot more sense. I mean, I will say that she is better than the weirdos who tried to square up with a bunch of kids that we met earlier, but I mean, she did stalk us, and a lot more so than the literal mafia. So I just think it's really funny that Game Freak probably saw like, oh, you think Nemona's a yandere? You haven't seen anything yet. So let me know what you think in the comments below about this event, this battle on these two characters. Like I said, I think they're really fun. Not my favorite individual character so far, but oh my gosh, just playing through it for the first time, it was completely unforgettable. I love the way that everybody acts in the Pokemon universe. They are unhinged cartoon characters, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So like I said, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, hype up the video, and wish me luck, because I just know I'm gonna have to rematch her like probably the next immediate quest or something. Zygarde, help me out again. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators, Toucan Nia, That's Ven, Alex with Shiny Hunts, TBC Plumbing, Queued Up, Dabuda, Cosmo Zero, Tyler Hopper, Koi 13, Cemetery Hill, Cheese at 62, Gator Kid 509, TF, Mathaclog 947, Taichirai, Phantom, and Quago. If you'd like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, a members Discord, and our monthly podcast, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I will catch you all later.
Poke trainers, prepare yourselves.
What Pokemon is that?
Your friends cannot help you.
No available data.
Your Pokédex cannot help you.
Pokemon unknown.
Are you strong enough?
Bring back my Pikachu!
Your challenge awaits this weekend with 2 all-new Pokemon episodes only on Kids WB.